Hi, it's Clark on Temptress. Today I'm going to put out a video that's completely different. Bear with me. I think you're going to enjoy it. I don't know if you guys know my history, but I was a computer programmer. I specialized in only doing absolute bleeding edge stuff throughout my career. It's kind of why I could retire young. Well, AI's come out, and just professional curiosity, I wanted to know, hey, what the heck's going on with this? So I grabbed an AI model and started playing with it a while ago, and the coolest thing came out of that. I really want to share it with you guys. I got Notebook LM, the notebook language model, just came out. Well, I don't know, just came out, but it came out a bit ago. Anyway, I pointed that at the BankManager page, the sub page under marinedcac.com that talks about BankManager, and let it wander down through. So it went into the manuals and all of that. And then I said, hey, make me a podcast. And it did. And it's really surprisingly good. So I want to share this with you. And if you think you have any friends that either are interested in BankManager, because this is a legit easy introduction into what BankManager is. It's not absolutely perfect word for word because it's an AI, but it is a really good orientation. Or if you've got friends that just want to see the state of the art of an AI, this blew my mind. Anyway, no further ado, here is a podcast generated by an artificial intelligence.
Hey, you ready to dive into something seriously cool?
Yeah.
Today, we're all about the BankManager.
Okay.
A total game changer for anyone with or thinking about a hybrid battery system.
Right.
You know those setups that combine classic lead-acid batteries with the new hotness lithium iron phosphate?
It's fascinating how lithium batteries are taking off for boats, RVs, off-grid living.
Yeah.
You get more power in less space,
Mm-hmm.
and they just keep going and going.
Totally. But let's be honest, mixing these two battery types has always been a bit of a headache.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like you can just wire them together and call it a day, right?
Exactly. The way they charge is completely different.
Right.
Traditional chargers work by hitting a specific voltage, and that's fine for lead acid.
Yeah.
But with lithium, especially at low charging currents,
Yeah.
it's like slow cooking them past, well done, not good.
So picture this. You're relying on solar. It's a cloudy day, and your panels are barely trickling in power.
Okay.
Your charger, bless its heart, just keeps pushing juice into the lithium based on voltage alone. And boom, over time, you've got a damaged battery.
That's where the BankManager steps in.
Okay.
It's not just a battery management system or BMS like you find inside individual lithium batteries.
Right.
This is a battery bank management system.
Right.
A BBMS looking at the whole picture of how your lithium plays nice with the entire system.
Okay, so it's like the conductor of an orchestra, making sure everyone hits their notes at the right time.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah?
It sits between your lead acid and lithium banks, using a heavy-duty switch called a contactor to connect and disconnect the lithium as needed. And the cool part is it works with 12, 24, 36, even 48V systems.
So no matter your setup, this thing has your back.
Yeah.
That's impressive. But what does it actually do to keep things running smoothly?
Well, first and foremost, it prevents that lithium overcharging we talked about.
Right.
It goes beyond simple voltage cutoffs and actually looks at what's going on inside the lithium battery, how much current is flowing, and adjusts the charging accordingly.
Okay, so even on those cloudy days, the BankManager is making sure my lithium batteries aren't getting fried. That's a huge relief, especially since those batteries are a serious investment.
You got it.
Yeah.
And by ensuring optimal charging for both battery types, it's basically stretching their lifespan as much as possible.
Okay.
Remember, those long life cycles lithium is famous for? The BankManager helps you get every bit of that.
That's really smart. So it's like a personal trainer for your batteries, keeping them in peak condition. But what about people who already have a perfectly good lead-acid setup?
Right.
Do they have to rip everything out to enjoy these benefits?
Not at all.
Okay.
One of the best things about the BankManager is its flexibility.
Okay.
You can keep your existing lead-acid batteries and even your current charge controllers.
Oh, wow.
No need to replace everything. Just add in a lithium battery or two and you're good to go.
Wait, so I can dip my toes into the lithium world without going all in? I like the sound of that. That makes it a much more affordable upgrade path, right?
Exactly. You get to experience the advantages of lithium without breaking the bank.
Yeah.
And speaking of upgrades, have you heard about the new features in the BankManager Generation 3?
Oh, yeah. I was reading about those.
Mm-hmm.
The larger screen and dimming options sound great.
Uh-huh.
And that integrated power switch. Talk about convenient.
Yeah.
But what really caught my eye was the Bluetooth LE thing.
Okay.
Tell me more about that.
Things are about to get really interesting.
Okay.
With Bluetooth, the bank manager can send data straight to your phone,
Yeah.
so you can actually see how your system's doing in real time.
Oh, wow.
The app is still in the works, but imagine being able to monitor your battery health and performance from anywhere.
Wow. That's like having X-ray vision for your battery system to be able to spot any potential issues before they become big problems.
Yeah.
That's peace of mind right there. And what about that open API I saw mentioned? That sounds pretty techy.
Now, this is for the tinkerers out there. An open API means you can basically program the bank manager to talk to other systems.
Oh, cool.
Think custom dashboards, smart home integration. The possibilities are kind of endless if you're into that kind of thing.
Right.
But for most folks, just the standard setup is going to be amazing.
Okay, that's seriously impressive.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm ready to take the plunge. What's involved in actually getting this thing installed?
Well, you'll need to add a contactor, that heavy-duty switch we talked about,
Right.
and a current sensor so the bank manager can see how much electricity is flowing.
Huh.
The manual has detailed instructions, and it's not overly complicated if you're comfortable with wiring.
But you're right, safety is paramount.
Yeah.
Working with batteries and high currents is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not comfortable, definitely get a professional electrician involved.
Absolutely. The manual really stresses safety precautions.
Right.
But once it's installed, configuring the bank manager is surprisingly simple.
Okay.
There are just two main settings you need to worry about.
Okay. So what are those two magical settings?
First, you tell the bank manager the total capacity of your lithium battery bank that's measured in amp hours. Second, you let it know what kind of contactor you're using. There are two main types: bistickle, which is like a latching switch,
Right.
and monostable, which needs constant power to stay on.
Gotcha. And you can actually see a B or an M on the bank manager display to confirm you've got it right.
Yeah.
That's a nice touch-less chance of messing things up. So now that we've got it installed and configured, walk me through what a typical day looks like with this thing running this show.
Let's imagine you're using solar power.
Okay.
The bank manager likely let your lithium bank power everything overnight, maybe even keeping the lead acid topped up a bit as the sun comes up and your panels start generating power. It's lithium charging time.
Okay.
Those batteries can take a much higher current than lead acid, so it's like filling the bigger, faster tank first.
Makes sense. Got to capitalize on that sunshine while it lasts. But what happens once the lithium is full? Does the lead acid just sit there twiddling its thumbs?
Not a chance. The bank manager is all about efficiency.
Right.
Once the lithium hits your set charge level, the bank manager disconnects it and lets the power flow to the lead acid bank. It's like switching watering cans. You got to make sure both gardens get their share.
That's really clever.
Yeah.
So it's constantly optimizing things behind the scenes, making sure no energy is wasted. But what about when you actually need to use the power, say you're running appliances or lights? How does it decide which battery bank to pull from?
As the system voltage drops, maybe you're cranking up the tunes or the sun's setting.
Yeah.
The bank manager is watching closely. When that voltage gets close to the lithium bank's voltage signaling, it's time for more oomph. The lithium gets reconnected and starts contributing its stored energy.
Wow. So it's like a seamless tag team operation with each battery bank taking turns depending on the situation.
Yeah.
It's way more sophisticated than I imagined. It's easy to get lost in the tech details, but I keep coming back to the fact that someone actually invented this. It wasn't just some big company, right?
You're thinking of Clark, right? This whole thing came about because he was trying to upgrade the battery system on his own boat, SV Temptress.
Oh, wow.
He wanted to go lithium, but couldn't find anything on the market that handled the hybrid setup properly.
See, I love that a real problem, a DIY solution, and now it's helping tons of people talk about turning lemons into lemonade, or should I say lead acid into lithium bliss.
Okay, I see your enthusiasm is rubbing off on me.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's an inspiring story, and it speaks to how many people are interested in this kind of hybrid approach. They want the benefits of lithium, but aren't ready to ditch their whole existing setup.
And that's where those user testimonials on their website really come in handy, right? I was reading through some, and it seems like folks are really happy with the bank manager.
Absolutely. Those testimonials are gold. You hear straight from people who are actually using it on their boats. RVs, off-grid cabins. They talk about longer run times less generator use, even just feeling more confident about their power situation.
And if you're more of a visual learner, they've got a fantastic YouTube channel too. They walk you through installation settings, even troubleshooting tips. It's clear they're passionate about helping people get the most out of their BankManager. Okay, so we've covered the what and the how, but I'm curious about the bigger picture here. What does the popularity of the BankManager tell us about where energy storage is heading?
What's fascinating to me is how it points to this growing trend of lithium adoption. These batteries are becoming more affordable, their performance keeps getting better, and even the environmental concerns are being addressed. It really feels like we're on the verge of a major shift.
And the BankManager is making that transition smoother, especially for folks who want to gradually upgrade their systems. It's like a bridge between the old and the new, letting you embrace lithium technology without starting from scratch.
And as renewable energy sources like solar and wind become more widespread, the need for efficient battery storage becomes even more critical. The BankManager is perfectly positioned to play a key role in this evolving landscape.
It's almost like it's enabling people to become more energy independent. You can generate your own power with solar, store it efficiently, and then use it when you need it. That's a powerful feeling.
Absolutely. It puts the control back in the hands of the individual.
Yeah.
You're not relying on the grid or constantly worrying about running out of power. It's about freedom and sustainability.
You know, it's amazing to think that this little device born out of one guy's desire to upgrade his boat's batteries is now part of this much larger conversation about the future of energy.
It's a reminder that innovation can come from unexpected places, and often the best solutions are the ones that address real-world problems in a practical and accessible way.
Well said. It's been a fascinating deep dive into the BankManager, and I'm sure our listeners are eager to learn more. But before we wrap things up, there's one last piece of the puzzle I want to explore. We've talked a lot about the technical wizardry of the BankManager, but there's one aspect that keeps coming up in those user testimonials. Peace of mind.
That's a huge part of it. People are tired of worrying about whether they're charging their batteries correctly, if they're going to damage their expensive lithium bank, or get stuck without power when they need it most.
It's like that feeling when you finally organize your closet. Everything has its place, and you can relax knowing you've got a system that works.
Right.
But instead of clothes, we're talking about the power that runs your boat, RV, or off-grid home.
Yeah.
That's a whole other level of relief.
It's like having a reliable backup generator. You never have to think about that. The BankManager is constantly working in the background, making sure your batteries are happy and healthy, so you can focus on enjoying your adventures or just living your life without that nagging worry in the back of your mind.
And for people who are new to the world of lithium batteries, that peace of mind can be especially valuable. It takes the guesswork out of the equation.
Absolutely. It's like having a trusted expert guiding you every step of the way. No more second-guessing yourself or wondering if you're doing things right. The BankManager takes care of the technical details, so you can simply enjoy the benefits of a more efficient and reliable power system.
You know, it strikes me that the BankManager isn't just a device. It's almost like a philosophy. It's about taking control of your energy, being more self-sufficient, and making choices that align with a more sustainable lifestyle.
I think you're right. It empowers people to break free from the traditional reliance on the grid and embrace a more independent way of living. And as more people adopt this mindset, it can have a ripple effect on the whole energy landscape.
It's like planting a seed. The more people who experience the benefits of hybrid battery systems and smart energy management, the more that idea spreads and the closer we get to a future where clean, sustainable energy is the norm.
And that's the future I think we can all get excited about, a future where we're less reliant on fossil fuels, where we have more control over our energy choices, and where we can live in greater harmony with the environment.
Well said. It's been a truly fascinating deep dive into the BankManager. We've covered the technical aspects, the user experience, and even the broader implications for the future of energy. If you're intrigued by what you've heard today, we highly encourage you to check out Clark's Adventure website.
Yeah.
They have a wealth of information, including detailed installation guides, FAQs, and those inspiring user testimonials we've been talking about.
And don't forget their YouTube channel. They have excellent videos that demonstrate everything from the installation process to advanced configuration settings. It's a fantastic resource for visual learners and anyone who wants a deeper understanding of how the BankManager works.
As we wrap up, we want to leave you with this final thought now that you know about this clever device and the possibilities it unlocks. How could a hybrid battery system with the BankManager change the way you use and think about energy? What would be possible with longer run times, increased efficiency, And the peace of mind knowing that your batteries are being cared for, it's something to ponder as you embark on your own energy adventures.